Have you ever wondered how much money you would need to achieve financial freedom? I want you to take a second and visualize your richest life. Think about the house you're gonna live in, the car you're gonna drive, the gifts you're gonna give people, the vacations you're gonna go on. And now take a guess, your best estimate at how much you would need saved up and invested in retirement accounts to be able to live this life indefinitely without having to work another day of your life. Is it 10 million? Is it 100 million? Is it a billion? Don't try to calculate anything. Just take your best guess at what that number would be. And feel free to take a second and pause the video if you need to think about it. I bet whatever number you just thought up is pretty big, and maybe it makes you feel a bit overwhelmed. In this video, I'm gonna break down 3 different numbers. That's gonna be your financial survival number, your financial comfort number, and your financial abundance number. Your survival number is the bare minimum that you need to cover life's necessities. Your comfort number is going to meet all your basic needs and provide you a couple additional luxuries. And then your abundance number is what we just visualized. That's your richest life. Knowing these 3 numbers will provide you a lot of clarity and focus, and will hopefully make your journey to financial freedom feel a little bit less overwhelming. It will give you 3 different goals to reach for, each with their own benefits. As we calculate these numbers, I'm going to use mine as an example, but keep in mind that everyone has different numbers based on their lifestyle. So I'm 27, I live in LA, I don't have any kids or dependents. My numbers might look different than your numbers. If you live in a less expensive city or you have kids, your numbers are going to be different than mine. So I highly recommend calculating your numbers along with me as we go through this video, and you can feel free to pause the video if you need a second to pull out a spreadsheet and put these numbers in. Do whatever you need to do, but it's going to be great for you to have these 3 numbers at the end of the video. That said, let's get into the first number. That's going to be our survival number. The survival number is going to be your very bare minimum expenses. It's housing, it's transportation, food, health insurance, any other necessities that you have. Again, it's going to vary person to person. That's what's going to go into this category. And we're talking bare minimum. Getting to this number is going to mean that if shit hits the fan and you lose your job and don't have income coming in, you're going to be okay. You're going to have a roof over your head. You're going to have food on the table. You're going to be able to get from point A to point B. You're going to be okay. Of all 3 numbers, this one's going to provide you the most peace of mind. To get our survival number, we're going to calculate what we would need to get by in an average month. For me, housing is going to be $1,000. That's basically just a room in LA with roommates. Totally fine. That's my bare minimum survival number for housing. Food's going to be $300. Transportation, $300. Health insurance, $400. Bills, $200, and in bills I'm putting like utilities, Wi-Fi, and phone. Those are the bills that I have, but put whatever you have. And then I'm gonna also add $100 for miscellaneous expenses. That is going to bring us to $2,300 monthly, and we're gonna need to multiply that by 12 to get our total yearly expenses of $27,600. Unfortunately, we're still gonna have to pay taxes, so we're going to need to figure out what our pre-tax number would need to be in order to come home with $27,600. Best way to do that is just Google it. Google pre-tax calculator for whatever state you live in. And there'll be a slew of options that pop up, and you can pick probably the top 1 or 2 are gonna be perfectly fine. Our number is gonna be 33,000, and that's gonna bring in just over that 27,600 that we need each month, or each year, sorry. Keep in mind, we are calculating using full income taxes. Most likely, you would not be paying full income taxes on this money. It would be long-term capital gains tax, but for the sake of being very conservative with this number, we're just gonna do the full income tax. Now we're gonna use the 4% rule to figure out what our total portfolio value needs to be to bring in that 33,000 each year. The 4% rule states that we can withdraw 4% of our total portfolio value each year and live off of that money indefinitely without having to worry about burning through our retirement funds. So we're gonna take that 33,000, divide it by 0.04, and that's gonna give us our total portfolio value of $825,000. And that is our survival number. The comfort number will cover all of your basic needs, plus a few additional luxuries that are important to you. So pick 3 or 4 areas where you really like to spend money and get a lot of value from. Those for me are gonna be coffee, eating out, and traveling. So my housing number in this category is gonna be $2,400, food is gonna be $400, Transportation is going to be 400. Insurance is going to be 400 as well. A lot of 400s there. Bills are going to be 300. Coffee is going to be 200. Travel 400. Eating out 300. And then miscellaneous, we're gonna up to 200. That brings us to a total of $5,000 a month, which we're gonna multiply by 12 to get us 60K. We need to figure out that pre-tax number again, which is going to be $82,000. Again, we're gonna take that 82,000 divided by 0.04, and that's gonna bring us to a total of $2,050,000, and that is going to be our comfort number. This again isn't providing a life of luxury, it's just gonna meet your basic needs and allow you to have fun doing the things you love, hopefully with the people you love. Anything past this point, any money you add to your portfolio past this point is just bonus money. You're already living a great life at this point. So that's your comfort number. On to the abundance number. This is the fun one. This is what you guys came for. Take that life that you visualized at the beginning of the video and break it down category by category. How much are you gonna wanna spend on housing? How much are you gonna wanna spend on travel, on shopping, on eating out, on transportation? Break it down group by group and really think about like, how many houses do you want? Do you want a bunch of cars? Do you want a personal chef? Do you wanna fly private? Dream up the life that you want and try to figure out the estimated cost monthly. And we're gonna break it down same as last time. So for me, housing is going to be $15,000. I want a place on the West Coast and a place on the East Coast, and I want nicer places. I'm gonna be renting both, so $15,000 will cover that. Food is gonna be $10,000. This is big because I do not wanna cook, I do not wanna clean my dishes, I want a personal chef. So $10,000 for food. Transportation is gonna be $3,000. I'll have 2 cars. One will just be kind of like a daily drive, normal SUV or truck. And then I'll have a sports car that I lease. So $3,000 for transportation. Insurance is going to be $1,000. Bills are going to be $1,000 as well. Eating out is going to be $3,000. I want to be able to take people out a couple times a month and go out to nice dinners. Travel is going to be $10,000. I want to be able to go on 1 trip a month. I want to be able to take friends, family, girlfriend, wife, whatever I end up having on these trips. Shopping is going to be $2,000. Not a big shopper, but want to be able to buy whatever I want to be able to buy. So $2,000 for clothes and whatever I come across. Giving is going to be $5,000. I want to be able to start giving back to communities and people I care about. And then miscellaneous is going to be $1,000 in this category for a total of $51,000, which is a big jump from our comfort number, but it's cool because this is our rich life and we're going to live it up. Take that, multiply it by 12, brings us $612,000. That is our post-tax number. To find our pre-tax, again, Google it. It's gonna come out to $1,190,000 per year that we need to be able to bring in to get that $612,000. Using that 4% rule again, we're gonna divide that by 0.04, and that's gonna bring us a total portfolio value of $29,750,000. That is a massive number, but it's significantly less than, over 20 million less than that 50 million that I thought it would be. So I know for me, when I did the math, it made me feel a lot less overwhelmed. Like 50 million felt like a real stretch. 29 million feels like a slightly less real stretch. So we made it through the calculations. If you didn't calculate your numbers alongside, take a second, pause the video, do the math for yourself so that you can get these 3 numbers. By understanding your survival, comfort, and abundance numbers, you now have clear targets to aim for. These numbers will help focus your path to financial freedom and hopefully make it a bit more realistic. And remember that everyone's numbers are going to be different based on their lifestyle and their goals and what they want out of life. The key takeaway here is that your financial freedom number doesn't have to be astronomically high. It's about knowing what you want and need to live a good life and planning accordingly. As you work towards these 3 numbers, whatever they may be for you, it's going to be a lot easier to stay motivated and make good financial decisions along the way. This journey is not just about accumulating wealth for the sake of accumulating wealth. It's about achieving a level of security, a level of comfort, and a level of abundance. And that's what these numbers are about. I'm curious in the comments below, let me know what your numbers are. If you like this video, please like the video. And if you found it helpful and know someone you think would benefit from this knowledge, go ahead and share it with them as well. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.